to do a review of an interesting deck that I got. It's a limited edition deck from Il Meneghello, which is a special Italian publisher of usually short-run decks. And this deck is an edition of 400. It came out in 2013. It's made in Italy, and the artist is Anna Maria D'Onofrio. It's La Corte dei Tarocchi. So, with most of this publisher, you get this plastic wax seal and, a nice box. I've only had one other deck by this company, and they do a great job. In the box is fairly sturdy. You have the name of the deck on the outside, and then a sample sort of card on the outside too. You get one of the cards, and this is number 63. The card stock it's pretty thick. It's not coated, and these are cut, and they're all created by hand. So you get the little card saying imperfections or variations are due to workmanship, and then you get a little card, a piece of paper about the author in English and in Italian. And I usually just pop that in the bottom of the deck. So here's the deck, and because the card stock is so thick, this 78 card deck is it's quite tall, but it's also extremely skinny. It's a very skinny deck, but the artwork is what drew me to it. It's a beautiful deck. The reverse of the cards is you cannot flip it upside down. It's not reversible. So we have the owl, and then the title of the deck, and then the author down there, and they're all the same. So I'll just go through. The deck should be in order, and if you look, so this card is the Fool, and at the bottom it's written in Italian, and the colors, I love the artwork. It's very soft and very just kind of pleasing to the eye. It's not terribly dramatic. I mean, if you look at the dog is it's cute. There's a lot, not too much going on, but the Fool card is typically the one that kind of sets the tone for the deck, and it's a nice card. I love the muted colors, and I'll just go through these fairly quickly. There's like a time-worn fresco feel to these. To be honest, it gives me the feeling that the work is very Byzantine-like. You get that feeling. But with these art decks, that I'm not sure if this is really meant for a reading. It's more like a collectible. I mean, it is limited edition. So typically over time, as they go out of print, the price goes up. So if you're collecting decks, it is it's a really nice deck to collect, I think. The moon is an interesting card. All the phases of the moon there. I love the use of yellow. I mean, look how bright that is. The sun. And the Roman numerals are on each card too. Not too difficult to interpret. This card is interesting. The world, it says Florentine on the bottom. And here we go into the minor arcana, and it's what you would expect for sort of a deck with an almost an historical influence. You know, simple pips, nothing too complicated, but yet they maintain that beautiful quality. And the word in Italian for the quattro, cinque, sei. And then when you get into the court cards, there's the title and then the actual, the artwork of the actual piece. The cardstock is sort of the color is sort of an off, like a beige and ecru, but on the sides it is like a pure white. So I'm really impressed with the way that the cardstock feels. I mean, these are thick cards. Probably the most unique thing about this deck is it's so skinny, and the cardstock is thick, and they're made to look like they're older than they really are. So, do they slide? No, they really don't, because the cards are rather rough, and they're uncoated. And most of the either the historical reprint decks or these special editions from Meneghello, they're not coated. Usually the historical cards will say to preserve the actual historical feel of these. We've left these uncoated. Which to me, uncoated means don't use them too much. And that's the deck. So I'm going to put it back in the box. If you notice how they're cut, there is a bit of a curve to them. You know, the cardstock is fairly thick. I'm going to put these back. In their box. But yeah, they do such a nice job putting these nice decks together. Usually there's some sort of ribbon or the plastic wax seal. It's a nice deck, and I think you can get it for anywhere between $45 to $100 if you're looking for it. I got mine on eBay because it was on sale, and I was happy to get it. I was trying to get another deck, but I actually tried to get the man to come down in price, and he said, well, this is about as cheap as I can do, and I was like, no, I'll just get this deck, because I do love the artwork of this deck. It's a very nice deck. Anyway, that's me showing you all the cards. Thanks for watching.